Yo, what up, people? It's your boy, Thaliveking, coming at you with another quick podcast. I read an article on Sports Gamers Online, and they pretty much stated that NHL 20 will get a development boost from EA. Now, over the last couple of years, I would say maybe 2 years ago or even last year, they said the same thing about NBA Live, that they feel that NBA Live hasn't gotten the support that they should have had over the years, and a lot of the developers, they pretty much had to work between two games, whether it be Madden and FIFA or between NHL and UFC. So going into NHL 20, even NHL 21, and I'm gonna say the same thing for NBA Live, but we just don't know anything about that yet, is that they're going to get a lot more help to create a much better overall experience with the next generation of gaming. So in the article, they said that with the next generation of gaming systems, EA is determined not to make the same mistakes again. The source said they want a smooth transition and don't want to spend years recovering from the jump. Now, the difference is with NHL is that they pretty much took a year off with NHL 14 so they can lay the foundation for NHL 15 when it dropped. And you can tell that the game, it actually made a difference compared to what NBA Live 14 was out of the gate. So, as most of you know, over the years, NBA Live, from NBA Live 14 to what it is now, that's a long gap for game development. And it's a long gap from, having a mediocre game to something that you can have that's potentially good. And then, NBA Live 19, which came out, which was a good game at launch to me, but there was a lot of shortcomings with the gameplay. So I remember last year at EA Play, there was a video that was released that went over that nobody saw, stating that it was around the time that they announced the Madrid studio in Spain, stating that NBA Live is going to get more help on the way. Nobody knows what the studio is going to be working on and stuff like that. I've done speculation videos on what they can possibly do in the future, but as far as NBA Live, NBA Live 20, we have no idea what's going on. So in the article, they stated that persons close to development of the game have told Sports Gamers Online management that extra developers at EA Vancouver to assist with the build of NHL 20. This transition, according to one person with direct knowledge, took place after the release of NHL 19 last year. So it'll be interesting to see if NHL actually goes to Frostbite this year, or they will wait till the next generation of console, because from what I know and what I've read is that NHL has been looking into the Frostbite technology for probably 2 to 3 years right now. So maybe they just added the developers so they can actually finally make the jump to Frostbite, because every game that EA Sports is coming out with now is going to be under Frostbite. I know there's a lot of people that are saying that they don't need to do it. A lot of people are talking about it. They're scared that, NBA Live is going to have shortcomings with Frostbite. Like, it's going to happen. When a company makes that kind of a commitment, it's going to happen. So they just need, the help in order to create a product that, from the gate, is going to be successful and people are going to hopefully enjoy the game. Because last year I thought the game was fine. NHL 19, I thought the gameplay and everything was great at launch. It's just that they had the problems with the connection issues online. And it took them months to figure out how they were going to fix it. So now that they've somewhat fixed it, I don't really get a lot of issues with it. Some people are still getting issues. The gameplay to me online compared to any other game has been a lot fun. There's people out there that are still complaining about it, but for me personally, I haven't really had an issue with playing online in the NHL. Compared to all the other games, especially NBA Live, I've never had a huge issue other than the dressing room error and some other minor stuff like getting kicked out of the games and stuff like that. Like, I barely have those issues. So we'll see what gets announced at EA Play in terms of what we might get. I know they have their slate. They won't have NHL or NBA there because NHL is going to be unveiled at the NHL Awards, and NBA Live, we're not sure what they're going to announce. You never know, they might announce something at EA Play even though that they're not there, but they could also go the Madden route and pretty much just, you know, have a live stream and talk about the different changes and stuff like that that's going on in the game. So we're just waiting to see what they launch. I know FIFA is going to be there. This FIFA and Madden's going to be front dead center at EA Play along with the Star Wars game. So I'm just excited to see what the direction is for FIFA and Madden because I'm a sports gamer, and just to see what kind of features that they're going to add to the game or what they're going to showcase, because we still haven't seen any gameplay from Madden. So apparently they're going to show a lot of it. We're going to see the gameplay in action. We're going to see Real Player Motion 2.0 in action, and that's stuff that I'm definitely going to be paying attention to. So that being said, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave the Sports Gamers Online article down in the description so you guys can read it. There's not really much in there, but you know, it just shows that it's slowly coming to fruition that EA is finally taking these games a lot seriously in terms of development. They just don't want to put out, you know, half-assed games anymore that have people complaining about stuff. As you can see, like the Battlefield, they released a trailer today, and there's probably like 5 new maps that are coming to Battlefield. Like, those maps should have been in the game at launch. So it's interesting to see the direction that they're going to go with their games now, and up until you know, the next generation of consoles come out, just to see what they're going to be doing. But I'm assuming that if not this year, when the games go to the next generation, PlayStation 5, the new Xbox system, every single EA Sports game is going to be under Frostbite. So that's pretty much the prediction that I got. That's all I'm going to say for now. And if you got any comments, leave that down in the comments section. And you guys know I'm always down there. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Alright? I'm out. Peace.
In a zone, yeah, man, she a rider. Only see her in designer. Baddest be all you was behind her. She got the main line, you got the light car. Oh, you know my bangers from